And we are live. Welcome, everyone. Such an honor to be here with you. When you come over to this live, just comment in the chat below, say hello, so I know that you're here. And those of you that don't know me, I will share a little more. Let me see if this, I'm just checking before if you're going to the right group. Yes. All right. So we are broadcasting. Latrice, good to see you. Welcome everyone that is going to start showing up, and welcome if you also watching the replay. Truly an honor to be here with you, and I am really excited for us to start Energetic Business Breakthrough next week. So if you've been with us a little bit as we are preparing, and we just started this group, so we are in the behind the scenes here, preparing the workbook, preparing everything for you for an amazing week next week. And so last week I came in and I asked, the topics that you most be interested in. Confidence was like highest voted one. So that's why I prepared this live with you, this live with you with a lot of love. So the name of this live is Energetic Shifts to Uplevel Confidence. And I believe confidence is one of the pillars to support you in create a successful business, a profitable business, and a business that will impact the lives of those who will be called to come to work with you. So confidence is not something that you're born with, it's something that you develop, right? And so today I came and I'm going to share some very personal things that I trust that is going to support you to start aligning and start making shifts for you. And before we go there, we are almost to the number of members to start. And I believe that in a few days we will get there. But I want to invite you to play with us and to share about this group, to share about the 5-day workshop that we're going to start next week. So what we're going to do here in the description, we're going to share how you can copy and paste. We may have to edit it a little bit for you, but basically, for those of you that want to play with us, all you need to do is going to be copy and paste the invitation for others to join this group. And everybody that plays with us, we're going to draw one winner that is going to win a $50 Amazon gift card on the day one of the workshop. So we have about 6 days to play with. So anyone that want to play, we're welcome to, but just make sure to do not add people directly into this group. Because what happens is, if you add someone to the group, first of all, energetically, they are not ready for what we're going to bring here. So please do not add someone to the group. All you need to do is to copy and paste the invitation. That way you can private message your friends that you feel will be aligned to be here with us. And then once they see it, they can make a choice if they're ready or not, right? And also we are welcome to copy and paste on your Facebook. Just make sure to use the hashtag, because that's how we know that that someone was invited by you, right? With the hashtag. And if you private message someone, when you see them, when they join the group, they can come and comment below this video. Also, I was invited, someone invited me personally to this group, and then both of you will be participating also in the drawing. So there is 2 ways that you can participate in the drawing. When your friend joined the group, they specifically say, I was invited by so-and-so. And when you post on your Facebook through the hashtag, we're going to be able to get your names so we can put everybody to play, to see who is going to be the winner on day one. And in the workshop, every day, there will be different drawings. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, let me see. Beautiful. So we are here. So good to see everyone. Welcome. How fun. We have Mexico, United States, Brazil. So good to see you guys here. We have a beautiful group. Welcome. So I wanted to make these lives short and powerful for you. So let's get to it. And as we go, if you have questions, I'm looking at my notes here. I'm not looking at the questions. So that I can bring to you the energetic shifts to up level with confidence. And then afterwards, I will check in with you and see if there is any questions. Would love to hear your ahas as we are bringing this. And so excited for work together, continue working with some of you. I know there are a lot of my students here, so honored that you are in this beautiful journey together. And also, some of you have never met me, and I have not met you either. And I cannot wait to support you from now on in the 5 days and on. Truly, truly, truly happy that you're here. So, confidence. We talk about the importance of confidence and how raising your level of confidence can shift everything for you in your business. So, I wanted to share a little bit about me and when I began this business, the Akashic Records Institute, which we just celebrated 6 years anniversary, right? So as you know, as you may have noticed, I have an accent. I am originally from Brazil and I live in the United States. So when I began teaching the Akashic Records, it was truly from following requests from the current clients that I had in my previous business. Everybody wanted to learn how they could powerfully access the Akashic Records of their clients, how they would learn to do what I do in the way that made so much transformation for them. So the Akashic Records Institute was founded based on the request. And I had requests from Brazil and from my clients that speak English in the United States, and my colleagues from Brazil that wanted to bring this work to their school and so I had a lot of collaborations in Brazil, which allowed me to start going there and teaching Akashic Records. So basically, I made a decision to create this business, right? To start this business from the ground up in 2 languages, right? I do not advise, this is not for everyone because you need to have an identity and a personality that can handle work in 2 languages, but for me it works brilliantly. And but one important thing for me in the beginning is that working in Portuguese and working in English, the work in Portuguese helped me to grow my confidence in the work in English. So basically when I began, I would, and the first thing that made me start being aware of this, of my level of confidence, how I was showing up in one language was completely different than how I was showing up in other language, right? So when I began the business, basically I would, at that time, 6 years ago, when you have to launch something, you would create a webinar, you create Facebook ads, right? Of course, some people still do that nowadays, but I would create a webinar, I would create Facebook ads, you had to promote your webinar for a few days, and then you do the webinar, and then you invite those who wanted to work deeper with you to continue the journey with you, right? So what I would notice is I would make a video in English, I would make a video in Portuguese, same script, right? I would make an ad in Portuguese, I would make an ad in English, same content, just the different language. And of course, we'll have the images, the same image, just changing the wording for the, accordingly to the country. And what happens is basically throughout the few first years in business, I would notice that I would do the exactly same thing, just different languages, and I would have 3,000 people show up to my webinar in Portuguese. Just if this is me like promoting for 1 week, right? I'll promote for 1 week and I'll have 3,000 people showing up to the webinar in Portuguese. Now, to my colleagues that spoke English, that was like way what was natural for them. So it was like a very, very, very high results, right? And then I would get the exactly same thing that I got 3,000 people signing up to a webinar in Portuguese, and I'll have 300 people in English. So I had 3,300. And that really puzzled me. And I'm like, what it is that I'm doing different? Because I'm the same person. It is the same, exactly same words, just translated to a different language. And how come that is like 3,000 people saying yes to the same invitation that here in English was 300, right? So I soon realized that the reason for the difference in results, it was because I was so much more confident in Portuguese than in English. It was my level of confidence. And when I shifted my mindset that was behind, right, that. And I cleared my energy. This is highly, highly important to clear what it is that is attracting or not attracting people to you, right? So when I understood that, I was able to clear my mindset. I was able to clear my energy, especially around the belief. What I discovered for me is that, I was judging myself. My English is not good enough. English is my second language, and I would come up with like all those excuses, right? So I would say, well, it's easy because it's my first language in Portuguese, and here it's not, right? So and underneath that, I was comparing myself to myself, right? So many of you may relate to, you compare yourself with other people. If you only have one business, if you're not doing your business in two languages, you may, for you, what may sabotage you is that you're comparing yourself with someone else, or the results that someone else is receiving. So I was experiencing the same thing, but was with me. How come Patricia version that speaks in Portuguese is getting 3,000 and Patricia version that speaks English is getting 300 responses, right? So also those level of those combination of these things, right? That was me researching and understanding what it is that I was doing. And especially that got reinforced because one time, at the time, I was in an English mastermind. I was participating in a mastermind. It was actually a peers mastermind. It wasn't like, a mastermind led by someone. But there was about 4 people in this mastermind. And one of these 4 people she actually came to me and said, Patricia, you have an accent. If you wanted to work in English, you have to fix this accent, and you have to go through, there is this class that you can take that you can remove your accent. And that outside judgment, like, really, brought me to actually go deeper into that, right? And I'm so glad I discounted that advice, because as I work on my energy, as I work on my mindset, and I continue showing up with an accent, actually, I inspired so many people that worked with me. They were from other countries, and by working with me, they gave themselves permissions to be themselves, to have an accent. And more than that, my clients that are, primary language English, actually told me that the reason that they got attracted to me, it was because I had an accent. And because I had an accent, it helps them to go even deeper when I guide them in a journey, when I guide them through a healing session. So, and of course, then there maybe have people that are not aligned with my accent, and they are somewhere else. They are not working with me right now, right? So the more you are yourself, the more you're going to attract those who really need you showing up full on your power, no matter having an accent, not having an accent, being, whatever are the things for you that you are self-conscious about, or that you may be judging yourself and you may be trying to hide that. It's exactly what needs to come out. Right? There is a reason that we all came to this world, in this body, in this country, in this whatever, right? And anytime you are denying that, right, you are denying part of your identity, part of who you are, and part of, the gifts that you have here to share, exactly as you are. So this is the first piece, to really look at what it is that you're telling yourself that is not good enough yet, that you need to improve, that you need to learn this in order to start offering your work, that you're not ready yet. So what that is for you. I actually would love to hear that in the comments. Place in the comments, and I will come after I ground my what I wanted to bring it to you. I wanted to check it out. So what I think it is holding you back to showing up, full on my confidence is. I would love to hear that from you. So for me, the first and foremost thing was the language. I thought my English wasn't not good enough, and I would hold myself back to fully show on, to really own it, that I have an accent, to really own it, that I was not born here, right? And more than that, to inspire others to show up exactly as they are. right? And I went on, right? I washed it off that judgment, and I went on. I created an amazing business. I created 2 amazing business in 2 languages and many more, right? So that teaches that having an accent, not having an accent, is not what is going to have you be successful or not. The second thing was this that I shared already, was this comparison. Like, who are you comparing yourself to? Right? When you look at what someone else is doing, in my case, it was myself, but when you look at what someone else is doing, it's important to understand that they have a completely different purpose than you. They may be doing the same thing, but the purpose is different. And the more you let go of what other people are doing, of what other people done before you, what other people are experiencing, right? This really is going to start shifting for you, right? So one of the things that can take down your confidence is comparing yourself to others, right? But understanding that every person has a different karma, right? They may be using the same name that what you're working on. They may be bringing a transformation that has the same name as you, but it's completely different. And those who you are meant to serve and to support in your life may not be those that they are meant to support and serve. So the more you stay in your lane, the more you give yourself permission to continue moving forward as you look into what it is that I'm telling myself that is stopping me, or how I'm sabotaging myself, and you clear that and continue moving forward. That's when you start to see continuous up leveling and success, right? So the first question that I wanted to ask you, what it is inside of you that you feel that you need to change or up level in order to succeed. If you're telling yourself, I wanted to make a video once a week, and you put in your calendar that you're going to make a video once a week, and then right before you show up for the video, you notice yourself finding 1,000 excuses or procrastination or whatever that is, right? So you are like sabotaging your process. So here's an opportunity. What am I telling myself? And the biggest thing too is to not let the present results determine what you're going to experience next, right? So like I shared in my story, what do you want to change? Maybe the very thing that makes you unique and powerful. When I thought, or someone else told me, that I need to fix my accent, I actually, did look into accents fixing. Like, oh, too much work, I'm not gonna go there. And that's gonna make me not be who I am, right? So that thing, when I really gave myself, so do I want that? No, I don't want to let go of my accent. That's what makes me unique. So that's when I really went full on that. I really gave myself permission, and I made lives just like this one, sharing about that, right? And those lives inspired so many people, right? So other thing, very, very important, when I was comparing myself to my Brazilian version, is that I was looking at the numbers. All 3,000 people wanted to see me, and 300, then I may be doing something wrong, or I was looking just at the numbers, right? And many times, many entrepreneurs find themselves a little lost in the numbers, right? Thinking that numbers, having a big Instagram account, or having a big, a bunch of likes in your Facebook, they look at that, they compare that with success, and have nothing to do with success. Especially nowadays, you can buy those, and that's going to screw up your ads, but you can. If that makes you feel good, you can buy those numbers, but that's going to create this whole energy that is like an energy that is based on something that is not real, something that is not truly aligned with who you are and who you're here to help. So for me, what helped me to shift that numbers thing, right, and that comparison thing, was that I reassessed why I was doing what I was doing. So I was doing an ad to get 3,000 people to show up to a webinar, or I was doing that, I was sharing about my work to support others, to empower others, right? And it completely shifts. So I will share with you, for me, the mindset. So it may be that by sharing this mindset, you're going to create your own. Feel free to use it too. But what changed for me is I stopped looking at numbers. I stopped looking at 3,300, and I focus on one person. That person that at that moment was not feeling empowered to take actions. It was, was being stopped by the ghosts from the past, from the agreements that they made in the past. That person that has so much to share, that was not sharing because of not feeling confident, because the person was asking, who am I to do this? Who am I to create this beautiful business that's going to support thousands and thousands of people? So what shifted for me is that I started thinking and aligning with that one person. And my mindset that I created still is, if I show up and I empower one person, I'm on purpose. So showing up, making lives, offering webinars, offering a 5-day experience for people that are in alignment, that are ready for this transformation. My commitment was to support one person, right? And everything, and it's been, I believe, that shift came to me about 4 years ago, right? And everything starts shifting. Everything starts shifting. The numbers starting being the same. My communities are pretty much the same, English and Portuguese, and everything starts, growing as it is, right? And came from shifting, and looking at numbers and looking at comparison, and going back to my lane and going back to, okay, so what it is that I need today to feel more confident tomorrow, what it is that I, and connecting with myself and getting that energy and clearing that energy. I am always, looking at what it is that needs to be shifted energetically. How can I expand? How can I up level? How can I so that I know as I do so, I inspire those that are working with me, right? So, and then one last thing that came and left. So let's see if it's gonna come back again. Yeah. Yesterday I was on Instagram, and I was tagged from the event that I delivered in Brazil. So literally, I believe it was 2017, right? I was doing my journeys in my Akashic records, and I connected to a vision of me speaking for like thousands of people. And then when I had that vision, I was like, are you kidding? I can do Facebook Live, that's okay, but speaking from a stage, I don't think so, right? And then so I had to grow my confidence to get there, right? And so it's almost like, as we are preparing with Energetic Business Breakthrough and seeing that post that someone tagged me from a year ago, it really brought home, like it really, like, oh my gosh, I went full circle, right? I went full circle from the time that I had the vision to what happened in Brazil like a year ago. So again, when you have a desire inside, you're here to make a huge impact in people's life, but you may not know how, and you may not, you may need to grow up level your confidence to get there. But what that brought is that anything is possible. Anything is possible. This is the girl that came here, with $600 in my pocket, and to go on and to build six businesses. Literally, I built over 6 businesses so far, investments and everything from the ground zero up, right? So that means that everything is possible for you. And if what you see around you, if you see in your bank account, what you see in your environment is not yet up to that level that you want it to be, it just means you need to shift how you hold yourself, how you holding the ability, your capacity to grow your confidence and to create that for yourself. Many people, we're going to go into that a little deeper inside energetic business breakthrough, because a lot of people are looking at what they created up until now, and they are trying to create, visualize and create their goals based on where they are now. And that's always going to get you stuck. You cannot create what you wanted to create in your life from this place. Where you are now, it's a response of the beliefs and what you believe, but where you thought was possible for you. That's what you believe it. So in order to get where you really wanted to go, you gotta shift the energy and the beliefs, and upgrade to the person who you are going to be now, not then, now, right? So I have a few questions here for you to ground today's, and so let me know if where you are and what. Let me look at the comments. Cannot wait. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. So let's see here. And I do, I do wrote some things that I'm actually going to share with you, and I would love to hear, what, invite you to journal that, and kind of, I know it's going to start opening up so much. So see. Oh my gosh. Hello, guys. So good to see you here. Hello, hello. Now, the thing is, with this new system we are using, sometimes I don't see your name. You need to sign up with, so if I say I don't know your name, it's because it's not showing me. I have been there. Yes, denying and hiding my side. Yes. So what I know is that we're going to start, just by opening up this energy here. I cannot wait to see what's going to show up at the end of our workshop. Yes. There is a comment. The excuses that we create, right? Too fat, too old, lack of partner support. Yes. All of those things, right, are created unconscious by our ego to hold us back. But the thing is, here's an opportunity to turn it around and to inspire others. Without a partner, what can you do, right? Today, I created a business where I support my whole family, and that's a choice of mine. And because of that, I have my husband's support, that he can help our children with homeschool, right? You don't want the Brazilian to homeschool the kids, right? So it's like what it is that you need, right? If you are not a person that likes to study, don't do that. And I create the environment that is going to support you in what you're here to bring to the world, right? I also have a business based in Mexico with international clients. I felt being in Mexico is in the disadvantage. Yes, not really, right? Only if you believe is a disadvantage, right? Because how beautiful it is, Mexico, and you can go to the most amazing beaches and share about this opportunity that you can work and you can enjoy the beach and whatever your lifestyle is, right? So what it is that you can look at, if you're telling an disadvantage to be in Mexico, how can you switch that, right? Because if you have international clients, I bet your clients would love to get to know Mexico, to go to the beautiful beaches and whatever that is. I'm not ready. Yes. So if you tell yourself you're not ready, you're always going to continue saying that. Right. So this is something that we really work when I work with my clients, like the ready thing, because again, the ready thing is a comparison. It's a comparison to what others are doing. But the thing is, not everyone is for everyone. Your clients, those who are meant to be supported by you, may not need a client that is way miles and miles ahead of them. They're not ready. They need to be with the person that is, if you are 1-2 steps ahead of your clients, that's what they need, right? So when you tell yourself you're not ready, you're actually denying those who are meant to be served by you, by your support, right? So this is an opportunity to search. Again, we're going to share some questions for you to, what it is that you're telling yourself and what if that was not true, right? Because those are the things that we tell ourselves to stay where they are. And of course, it's unconscious, right? And that's exactly, if you already worked with me, that's exactly what we do in the energetic part. Starting next Monday, that we're going to start clearing those unconscious things that we tell ourselves that holds us back. Latrice said, I just get so nervous and shy over technology. I do better with 101 and group connections. How do I get out of my awkwardness about going live on technology? And that is something that you build your confidence. And the thing is, you don't have to go on tomorrow and do like, when in 2017, when I had that vision, I didn't went on and did. I did a little bit, but not too much, right? But it took me 3 years to get to a stage where I had 1,000 people, right? So you get the desire, you get the dream, and as you receive it and start opening up, energetically start clearing. But if you sit today and ask yourself, how am I going to get from point A to point, Z, of course you're going to hold yourself back. Of course you're going to sabotage yourself. So here is an opportunity to start opening up and gradually start shifting that, right? I love the comments. That's so much good stuff. And I love that because as I see your comments, this experience, it's being fed by what you need. And that's why when you work with me, every single person is going to get exactly what they need. Don't think so now it's Facebook user. Don't think I'm good enough to read the Akashic Records or any other spiritual work because I don't feel a connection with my spirit guides. And I feel my heart's closed and think this is important to serve any clients. How do you resolve this? First of all, when you're starting something, let's say you started learning to access the Akashic Records, right? Remember that you need to give yourself permission to develop as you go, right? If you wanted to be very good at something, as my coach says, you need 10,000 hours, right? So what can you do today? Is that doing more practice? Is that every day working with your Akashic Records? When I receive the request from my clients, Patricia, you need to teach me how to access the Akashic Records. My answer was like, no way. Who am I to teach Akashic Records? I know what I'm doing, but I don't know if I know how to teach that, right? And so what did I do? I didn't know what to do. So I work every day. I access my Akashic Records. At that day, my daughter was like 1 year old, right? So every day I access my Akashic Records in order to build that confidence. And when I was ready, I offer my first program, and it was a huge success, the very first one. So don't pressure yourself to be ready. Just give yourself the opportunity to take one step, and then you take one step, and then you can see where you are so you can take the next step. Confidence is built by consistent action and consistent looking at your energy, looking how you're holding yourself back, or having support, someone that can help you to clear that so you can continue moving forward. You don't expect to build confidence from one day to another. That is something that as you take one more step, you get more comfortable. Other thing too, like sometimes you need to take one step so you can see, have you been on a windy road? When you are, in order to know if there is a car coming, you have to go through the next shift of the road. And then when you're here, you can see if there is car, and then you know how you're going to go, right? You don't just go all over the place. You take one step, you move forward. And then you have more clear vision to know where you're going to go next, right? This is very, very important. Even though I'm doing a lot of my evolution, I still yet do not know what I'm stuck in myself in. Maybe procrastination through. And again, it's the procrastination come from not feeling confident. So it works together, right? It's like one and another one, right? It wasn't like a day that like, okay, let's shift this 3,300, let's equal. No, but it was by going through it that I started grounding, I started shifting, I shifted completely how I was showing up. So let me see, I think I jumped some. The amazing situation is happening to me now. It's only coming to me people for I'm able to help them, and I start to believe that is worth enough and become to be my path purpose. What do you say, Patricia? The amazing situation is happening to me now. Yes, awesome. It's only calm. It's only, I think it's calming to me. It's only coming to me people for I'm able to helping them. I would love to hear your name. It's hard because it shows like Facebook user. So I'm not sure if I'm understanding the comment. I start to believe that is worth enough and become to me my path purpose. I think I understand the point, the line of the comment, but what I would say is, and let me know if that's the right angle that you're asking. When you show up as yourself, right, and you take one step, you're going to attract people that are in the level that you are. And then as you support them, it also helps you to continue growing, right? So you only have to take one step and trust that those who are coming to you, they are coming because you have the tools to help them. So as you start working with them and growing, everybody start expanding. You're going to start noticing that you then start attracting a deeper level, a deeper frequency, a deeper level of clients, right? So if you are in a place in your business where we're definitely going to go into we're going to do a whole session in money and what you're attracting, clients that pay, don't pay, all that stuff. But, in that, who are you attracting and how are you showing up when you are investing in yourself? This is all related, right? But anytime you're attracting a level of people that it's below the level that you're here to serve, that means you need to upgrade yourself too. So it all works together, right? I'm loving the comments. You're welcome. You're welcome. I love this mindset. You're worth your weight in gold and deserve all the breaks you get. Nice, nice. So good to see you guys here. Yay, Karsani. Good. So yeah, so when you as you raise your confidence, more and more the right clients start showing up for you. So beautiful. So I see all the comments, and now I wanted to close today. Oh my gosh, you guys are awesome. We're here for 40 minutes, and let's do it a bit short. So I brought something for you here. So I wanted to give you, for us to close here, I want to invite you to journal today and continue this conversation. And again, confidence is something that the more you show up, the easier we'll get, right? One of these days, I need to find one of my first videos, right? And when I started doing videos, it was, there was no Facebook Lives at the time, right? So, that's when I was doing, money archetypes work. That's when I came from that. I used to do money coaching. And so I used to do money archetypes video. It was one of my first videos that I started making, right? And so look at those videos now, then, and look at the videos now, right? So, and again, my confidence level, it's a lot higher than when I started doing videos. And this is something that you build. This is something that you grow. If there is something that you're not comfortable yet, you need to build that confidence. And in everything, right? So you build that confidence by showing up, by practicing, by going into the world, by sharing your heart, thinking about, I'm going to do this video because I'm talking to that one person. I'm talking to that one person that at this moment is in their life of death situation. And that's what, moved me forward. And I started saying that, and then I had the confirmation that people that just hear a healing session completely change their lives, right? So when you lock into that one person, that the difference that you wanted to make in one person's life, The fear of showing up disappears. Everything doesn't seem that matters anymore, right? What one person said about my accent, that's her judgment. That's her thoughts. Has nothing to do with who I am, with those that I'm here to impact it. And I'm so glad I rub it off, that comment, because I went on to create the most amazing business who impacted the lives of thousands and thousands of people. There will be people that will like, there will be people that don't like, those are just going to go somewhere else, right? So when you stay in your lane and really give yourself permission to be who you are, you receive, it's almost like, take what is important for you, whatever, and just rub it off. Has nothing to do with who you are. That's their own personal judgment. I'm in a very different place that she is now, but that's how it is, right? So people that judge are the ones that most holding themselves back. So here, what I want to invite you to journal right now, as soon as we finish this live. What are you self-conscious about yourself, or what you don't like about yourself, right? Just journal what that is, right? Once you do that, just ask yourself, who am I? According to who? Those are what matters for people to receive the impact that I'm here to bring, right? Who told you that you need to lose weight to show up live? Who told you that you need to, that you cannot have roots in your hair, like your white hair cannot show up now that there is a pandemic and nobody's doing it? I don't know. What it is that you're telling yourself that is holding you back, right? So ask yourself, according to who, that has to be the rule, right? And especially that who I'm comparing myself. And when you clear that out, understand that what one person is doing is supporting one kind of people, which is completely different than the people that you're here to support, people that you're here to help you, right? And then remember what I shared with you. And again, feel free to use that mindset or create your own. If I show up and I impact the life of one person, I'm on purpose, right? If you need to learn something, go learn that thing so you can get better at it, right? But can you learn and also inspire others at the same time? Just be very careful. There is people that go on to learn things and then they spend 6 months just learning the thing and not implementing. If you work with me before, I'm very big of implementing now, not later, because everything could change, right? If you have if you had this whole plan for your life and then pandemic hit, were you going with the flow, or you're stuck because now your plan doesn't work, right? When you learn how to navigate through life situations without holding yourself back, without letting excuses hold you back, you can navigate very easily, right? So remember, ask yourself, who are you comparing yourself to? Or other question that you can say, according to who this has to be the rule. According to who I need to be, experience this that I think I should, right? All right. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I'm just checking the comments to see if any comments. So write it down, right? Those three things. Am I comparing to who? Who I'm comparing myself to, and what mind shift will help you to move 1% in direction of being more confident. For me, the shift was I stop worrying about numbers, and my whole intention when I show up is to inspire the life of one person, right? And of course, a lot more got inspired. But when I'm thinking I just want to inspire the life of one person, I know these lives are going to change the life of one person. I know what we are doing today here is going to inspire one person to feel more confident and to take one step, right? I love to work with 1%. What is 1% thing that I can do in the direction of become more confident? Maybe is asking people that you've been working with if they would like to receive a video on a particular topic, and then you do that video, you answer that question, right? And then you did one time, you're feeling a little more confident, then you can do it again, right? And you don't have to leave that thing on, you can delete it later, right? Give it for yourself. What it take for you to show up on your profile today and just send, connect to, ask, how can I help you today? Go into your own personal profile and ask, how can I help you today? Those that are connected with you. So many people now are alone in their house and need someone to talk to, right? When you get yourself out of your own way, out of the problem, and you shift it to how can I help someone else, everything starts shifting to you. So you can do 1%. You don't have to do the whole thing to do. What is 1% that you can do today? And when you follow the 1%, things start gradually shift. We're going to talk a lot more about the 1% in the days to follow, right? And remember, this is a lifelong practice. But as you accept and relax into one part of yourself, another will come up, right? And then once you get comfortable in one level in your life, another level shows up. Oh, believe me, it shows, right? New level, new devil. And that's a beautiful thing of being alive, of being in business. Working for yourself is the most rewarding and life transformation that you can go through. You wanna go through a huge life awakening, life transformation. Go get a business. Don't create a business and go work for yourself, right? It's an opportunity of see how you react, how you can always be learning and be expanding and working on better yourself every day, not only in your business but also at home and how you show up in every single area of your life. Other thing you can ask yourself, close your eyes and imagine yourself like, what would be taking this 1% would bring you, what feel more confident, taking this one action. Each 1% action that you take, you're feeling more comfortable, you're getting more comfortable, right? But before you get more comfortable, you gotta be uncomfortable. Be with the uncomfortable and take one action. And then you feel a little better, and then you be with the uncomfortable and you take one action, and that consistency is going to start shifting everything for you. I love seeing the comments, so let's see if there is any question. In my case, I'm an online Mexican silver jewelry. I'm not a coach or a teacher. So how I can apply this concept of serving? So if you make jewelry and you show up with your jewelry, and let's say I make jewelry, like, so how can I feel more confident in showing up? The more people that know about your work, the more people that see your jewelry, the more you're going to grow your business, right? So how about go to your personal Facebook page and make a video sharing about your jewelry, right? So everything that you do, no matter if you're a coach or a healer, right? And usually, like, I work more with coaches and healers, so usually I will explain in that lane, but translate for what you do, translate for your area, right? So the more you show up with your beautiful jewelry, the more you interview people that are using your jewelry and how that inspire them to feel more confident, to feel to bring the level that they wanted to bring in the work they do, right? A lot of people share with me like they love my jewelry, right? And I'm not selling jewelry, but it's kind of like the little things that you do that inspire others, right? And by showing up, you start growing and people start getting to know you. But it's about 1%. What is the 1% that you can do today? Maybe today you're going to make a video. You don't even have to show up in the video showing your jewelry and showing how you make a jewelry, like what is behind, why you do what you do, right? Even if you make a product, there is a why behind. That the more you share the why, the more you share who is the person behind that you bring to the world, the more people get inspired by you and your story, right? People don't buy what you serve, they buy who you are, because that's what inspires them to show that it's possible, right? So that makes a huge difference. All right. So as you mentioned about outside influence, I actually had a reading done while BSCK, I don't know what that is, and that person said that I needed to resolve a big trauma from a past life, and without doing so, I will not be able to do any spiritual work. Okay. This is when I felt my heart closing and lost all my hope and confidence as I tried everything I could to heal this and didn't find any way to do it. First of all, I'm so sorry that someone fed you that, and it's, this is one of the reasons that when someone works with me, it's not a one weekend thing, right? Because you're not a for you to do a reading for someone, you need to first develop yourself, and you need to first know how you can talk to people, right? So that is a very fine line there. When people that are not working on themselves, they start doing channeling and just break through people's boundaries. But what I would say is, it's very important to, when we receive for you, okay, for what you received here, it's important to separate and understand that when a person channel information, that person is channel, first of all, fourth dimensional energy, and that person is channeling through their own person's filters. The channel do come through people's filters, and sometimes when people are not, aware of the energy and the frequency and who they are, they may project their own frustrations on you on the readings. So that's why it's important to first of all research who you're working with and make sure that they are the right person for you, right? So again, I'm not going to talk about the person, what other people are doing. I cannot answer to that. But if someone gets a work done, gets a reading done for someone, and that reading, messes that energy, I would not go back to that person, right? But it's very, very important to, now that it's done, right, to clear those agreements created, so that people can find the power. And again, that's I cannot answer for what someone else did, but what we teach here in the institute is to first of all empower our clients to create the reality that they want to create. Nothing is set on stone. When you tell people something set on stone, that's when people just go home and just sit on the couch and wait to happen, and then they wonder why it didn't happen, right? So that person, that famous channeler, should have helped you to find the power to create that, right? Should have done whatever needs to be done to clear that and not to complicate things, right? So what I would suggest is to just send some love to that person for now, right, until we start, and then just come. We're gonna start on the first session on energetic business breakthrough. It's actually about clearing other people's stuff in your energy. And other people's stuff in your energy could be something that someone said for you in a reading, could be something that that you absorbed from someone else just by being next to them. I'm gonna close this live now because it's getting very long, but my own story, I didn't know intuitively, like the reason that I moved away from Brazil to here, I didn't know why I was doing that, but that was the best thing I'd done in my life, because I didn't know. I was so intuitive. I was absorbing my mother's, thoughts and worries, and I was seeing life through that perspective, and that was blocking me, right? So I need not. Don't take it as you have to move countries right now. That's not what I'm talking about. But understanding your energy, understanding how important it is to clear your energy, to clear your mind from other people's thoughts that you unconsciously gather and start, holding you back to move forward. It's highly, highly important. And I'm so sorry, I don't know your name. It says Facebook user, but next week on day one, I'm actually going to teach a technique to clear other people's energy from your space, and it's going to start. And so you are going to clear that, those agreements made from this person, so you can move forward, without this person's filter. Okay. All right, guys. This was awesome. We're here for 1 hour, so hope you enjoy. It was such an honor and a pleasure to be here for you. That is so much more amazing lives coming to you. We start I believe we're going to do another live on Saturday. I'm not sure. I'm going to make an event. This was great to put an event here. I'm going to make an event. And I want to invite you to play with us. We'd love to have 300 participants to start on the first we will have. But when you play, when you share about this group that we're going to start on Monday, everybody that share, we're going to participate in a giveaway for a $50 Amazon gift certificate. And then every day there will be different fun things that we're going to do. There will be a drawing a day, and it's going to be so much fun. So thank you so much for being here, guys. You're so very welcome. I love that to see you guys here, and I so love to see those of you that are going to watch the replay. And we are going to do, we're probably going to do the next Facebook Live on the Zone of Genius, which is an amazing live that I'm going to prepare for you. And I cannot wait to see you there. Mwah. Thank you, everyone, and I'll see you soon.